Welcome to Silent Crime Case, where we explore the darkest secrets of human nature to uncover the truth behind the most shocking crimes. Today, we're taking you to the quiet, wealthy neighborhood of Greenwood Hills, Connecticut. Beneath the surface of this peaceful community, a dangerous plan was unfolding, a plan that would end in a tragic murder. This is the chilling story of how a husband's twisted obsession led him to poison his wife, all to be with her daughter. Linda Harrison was a 47-year-old with a loving family and an active life in Greenwood Hills. Known for her friendly nature and warm smile, Linda always helped her neighbors whenever she could. She was deeply involved in local events, often volunteering for charities and organizing community gatherings. Linda was a vibrant woman who took pride in her home, a cozy two-story colonial filled with family photos, comfortable furniture, and the smell of freshly baked cookies. Her homemade cookies were a neighborhood favorite, often shared with friends and family. Linda was married to Kevin Harrison, a man 15 years younger than her. Despite their age difference, they seemed happy. Kevin, who worked for a tech company, was known for his charming smile and seemingly gentle demeanor. He was often busy, but they always made time for each other. They had been married for 6 years and lived with Linda's daughter from a previous marriage, 18-year-old Rachel Thompson. Rachel was a bright, ambitious college freshman with dreams of becoming a veterinarian. Linda was very proud of Rachel and supported her in every way. Their bond was close, often sharing long talks over breakfast about Rachel's future. But beneath the surface of this seemingly perfect family, dark secrets were brewing. Kevin's fascination with Rachel had grown into something sinister, something that would soon shatter the peace of their home. In the weeks leading up to her death, Linda was excitedly planning a family trip to Charleston, South Carolina. She talked about the vacation all the time, bought new clothes, and packed for the warm weather. But Linda's happiness was about to be tragically cut short. On the morning of September 5, 2020, the quiet streets of Greenwood Hills were just beginning to wake up. It was a cool, early autumn day, typical for Connecticut. The neighborhood was calm, with only a few early risers out for their morning jogs or coffee. But in Linda Harrison's home, something had gone terribly wrong. At around 8 a.m., Rachel went downstairs and found her mother lying on the kitchen floor, not moving. A can of Linda's favorite drink, Diet Cola, was spilled beside her, its dark liquid slowly spreading across the tiles. Rachel's heart pounded. Could this be a horrible accident? Panicking, she screamed and called 911, her hands shaking as she tried to explain what she saw. The operator tried to calm her down, but Rachel's voice was filled with fear and confusion. Little did she know, this was just the beginning of a terrifying discovery. When paramedics arrived, they found Linda unresponsive and declared her dead at the scene. Rachel was in shock, pacing back and forth in the living room, the house eerily quiet except for her sobs and the faint sound of the 911 call still playing from her phone. Just the day before, Linda had been excited about their trip. Now she was gone, and Rachel was left in disbelief. Rachel called her stepfather, Kevin, who was at work. His reaction was immediate and intense. He cried uncontrollably and said he was coming home right away. But there was something strange about his reaction. It seemed almost too dramatic, like he was putting on a show. Was this genuine grief, or was Kevin hiding something? The Greenwood Hills Police Department quickly arrived at the scene. Detective Susan Ward, an experienced investigator with over 15 years on the job, led the investigation. Known for her careful approach, the closer they looked, the more they realized this wasn't just a tragic accident. There was a deeper story unfolding, one that would lead them straight to the heart of darkness. The police began by questioning the people closest to Linda. The first person they spoke to was Kevin Harrison, her 32-year-old husband. Although he seemed like a charming young man with a perfect life, digging deeper revealed a different side of him. Kevin had met Linda 7 years earlier, when he was a young software developer. Linda, who was a widow at the time, was attracted to his energy and confidence. They married a year later, and Kevin became a stepfather to Rachel. On the surface, their marriage seemed stable, but friends noticed that Kevin had grown distant in recent months, often staying late at work or going on business trips. During his first interview, Kevin appeared calm, maybe too calm. He expressed shock about Linda's death, but his emotions seemed controlled. He admitted their relationship had cooled over time, but said he had nothing to do with her death. However, when asked about Linda's daily habits, Kevin's answers were vague and didn't make much sense. He mentioned her love for Diet Cola, but couldn't explain why the can was barely spilled next to her body. His lack of knowledge about Linda's routine raised red flags for the detectives. What was Kevin hiding? Why was he so detached when speaking about his wife? As the questioning continued, Detective Ward began to think about a possible motive. Could Kevin have wanted to end the marriage for some reason? Or was there something darker hidden behind his calm exterior? The investigation into Kevin's life soon uncovered a disturbing secret: his obsession with his stepdaughter, Rachel. This revelation led detectives to a new theory. If Kevin was infatuated with Rachel, it could explain why he might want Linda out of the picture, but proving Kevin's involvement would need more evidence. Next, the police questioned Rachel Thompson, Linda's 18-year-old daughter. A promising college student with big dreams, Rachel was devastated by her mother's sudden death. She told detectives she had been studying for a test when she went to the kitchen and found her mother's body. Rachel was helpful, but clearly traumatized, describing her mother as being happy with no signs of trouble. She spoke highly of Kevin, unaware of his hidden obsession. Was Rachel an unwitting pawn in Kevin's dangerous game, or did she know more than she let on? As detectives looked deeper into Rachel's life, they found nothing to suggest she was involved in her mother's death. Her alibi was solid. She had been in her room studying, and her social media activity was normal for a college student. However, detectives still wondered if Rachel could have been an innocent part of Kevin's plan. The third person interviewed was Michelle Lawson, Linda's best friend. Michelle, a 44-year-old interior designer, had known Linda for over 10 years. They were very close, often seen together at local events or relaxing at each other's homes. But during the investigation, a shocking secret came out. Michelle had been having an affair with Kevin. This surprise stunned everyone who knew them. Michelle admitted that the affair started a year before Linda's death. She was nervous during her interview but insisted she had no part in Linda's death. Michelle also revealed that Kevin had recently ended their affair, saying he was in love with someone else. She suspected it might be Rachel, which only increased the detectives' suspicions about Kevin's motives. Even though Michelle had an alibi, she remained a person of interest because of her affair with Kevin. As the investigation continued, a crucial break came when the toxicology report showed Linda's cause of death: cyanide poisoning. The poison had been mixed into her Diet Cola, proving her death was not natural but a planned murder. Who would go to such lengths to kill Linda, and why? The detectives were about to uncover a motive far more sinister than they could have imagined. On September 12, 2020, the police found evidence pointing straight to Kevin Harrison. An analysis of his internet history showed he had been researching cyanide for months. On the day Linda died, Kevin had poisoned her drink, knowing she would drink it as part of her daily routine. The cyanide worked quickly, causing Linda to collapse within minutes. Kevin had tried to make her death look like a sudden heart attack, but the toxicology report revealed the truth. When confronted with the evidence, Kevin first denied everything, but as the detectives presented the facts, his online searches, his obsession with Rachel, and the cyanide traces, his calm demeanor broke down. Kevin was arrested. Shocks. Hey, silent crime case followers. If you want to hear more real-life murder mysteries, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Have any thoughts about this case or a story you'd like us to investigate? Leave us a comment below. Stay safe, and remember, the truth can be stranger than fiction.